So, this is Robot Wars Extreme Destruction. This is all tournament mode. Timing will start as soon as I select difficulty for tournament mode. It will end after beating Circular Lot at the end of the run. It ends on the word on hearing cease. Timing is turn RTA, and we're going to be using Dominator 2. And I'll explain what we're doing and basically what we're doing and the other routes while we play. So starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're using Firestorm. We're using Dominator 2. Dominator 2 is a robot with an axe, and if we hold down our fire button, our A button in this case, our axe will stay down. This is brilliant because it allows us to bring the axe down on our opponent, pin them, and we can drag them into the pit. Or get driven into the pit. What is meant to happen is we're meant to drag them into the pit, and it will allow us to basically, beat them quite quickly. Now, robots tend to have two things. First of all, they will try and stay away from the pit, but if they are in front of you and are facing away in the same direction as you, they'll tend to drive forwards normally. So, they will just drive into the pit if they have to. Otherwise, they will try and steer clear of the pit. Now, the different difficulty settings will impact which robots we will get. Bronze tend to be quite easy robots. Silver, they will get a bit harder. Gold tends to be the hardest robots. And then House Gold is where the House robots come in to play. In terms of routing, there are two different routes that people can use. Usually, we have Dominator 2, who is what I'm using right now. Dominator 2 is brilliant when it comes to one-on-one situations. You can drag them into the pit or nudge them in like I just did. The other valid route is using Firestorm 3, who, whilst is better at controlling where the robots go because of it being a front-hinged flipper, very low to the ground, can very easily be used to just flip opponents about a lot. The issue with Firestorm is that trying to get them into the pit can be a bit harder, because you're basically trying to aim them to a target. And flippers aren't the best because the physics, whilst we do have 3D physics in a Game Boy Advance game, they can be a bit janky. The other way that you could have played before was creating your own robot. You would use the hard case cheat and scrap metal cheat. Scrap metal give you all of the items, hard case to get you an indestructible bot that you can then use in the speedrun. We ban hard case, however, because there's a glitch with it. Instead of being the intended method of only that robot being indestructible, instead, all robots the player uses becomes indestructible, which is not good. Well, it's good for if you're running because your health bar doesn't go down. You can be very risky, but it also persists through resetting the game. and the only way to clear it is by hard resetting the game. Hard resetting the console, which isn't, So the mods decided to ban it, and yeah. Now, there is another glitch. I don't think I've seen it on emulator. I've only seen it while playing on the Game Boy Player, which is what I'm using. And I call it the Sonic Start glitch, mainly because I found it, and it involves pressing the start button. For some reason, when I complete gold, I'm meant to get an item. A gold part. For some reason, sometimes you don't get given that gold part. And my only theory is it has something to do with pressing the start button when going through menus, which is something that you can do. It allows you to spam start and A to get through menus faster. But as a side effect, you also then are unable to get the gold part sometimes. It's finicky. It is finicky. It saves less than a second if you do get the glitch, and is actually more of a hindrance than a help if you get it in an actual, in a 100%, you're doing all of the game. We got the glitch, so, we saved less than a second. Now this is House Gold. All of our opponents will be house robots. Specifically, we have Dead Metal. We will have Matilda. We will have Sergeant Bash. And then Sir Kill-A-Lot. House robots can be very finicky. Matilda tends to like going only forward. And Sir Kill-A-Lot is just a pain to deal with. Matilda also just drifts a lot. Come on. Matilda. You're not going to be you weren't friendly. Yeah, Matilda has a... Going forwards, Matilda just rams. On the back, however, she does have that flywheel. So... Come on, Matilda. Oh. Alright, fine, World record is around 8 minutes or so. It's around 8 minutes 9 seconds, I want to say, currently. At time of recording of this video. And I'm now... But yeah, Matilda, very, very annoying. One of the worst house robots to fight. The house robots we fight will always be the same, though. We will always fight Dead Metal, then Matilda, then Sergeant Bash, then Sir Kill-A-Lot. Next is Sergeant Bash. Sergeant Bash has his flamethrower as usual. But it is generally very easy to get in with into the pit with Dominator 2. Just very cooperative. And then finally Sir Kill-A-Lot. The worst house robot of them all because it's the heaviest and loves to ram and shunt you about. And if you get flipped in the air and crash to the ground, or if you get slammed into a wall, or if you slam into a wall yourself, you will take damage. And that's time. And a new PB.
Okay.
So yeah, that is tournament mode. And you get a gold part for beating House Gold. This is meant to be something else, but like I said, the Sonic Start glitch means that we skip the gold part that we get given for beating tournament mode gold. And the first gold part you always unlock will always be the gold traction. So, yeah. But anyway, that is all tournaments. That was a very good run, but there are runs out there that can last up to 15 minutes. It's just RNG. How good is the robots you're fighting? How good is the AI being to you? You saw Matilda just not like me whatsoever. So yeah,